Well, a yoga studio opened up down the street, just a couple of blocks from my house, and I started going right away. And on Sundays, Danny, who owned the studio, invited different kinds of instructors, and so there were these free variety of classes on Sunday afternoons. So I started going to them, and one of them was Lucas was one of the instructors, and he came and did some Tai Chi classes, and I didn't understand that Tai Chi was anything more than for flexibility and what I'd seen people do in the park. But when I got there and realized that all of those motions actually were a fight and it was self-defense, it just put a whole other view on it, a whole new picture to it. And I thought, this is really interesting. This is much more interesting than I thought it was going to be. So when Lucas had his studio open, I started going to the studio, and I have done nothing but enjoy it for 5 years. It's been really fun. Tai Chi was my first martial art, and no, I haven't tried any other martial arts. I quite liked the aspects of Tai Chi. I like all aspects. I like the martial arts aspect, I like the meditative aspect, and I like the flexibility aspect. And it's a nice combination with my yoga. I really enjoyed the weapons training, and I think it's more fun because we do it in the park, and we have lots of space to move around in. And it's a, you know, there's a one-person form and there are two-person forms, and so it can be as complicated as you want. But it's something that I've never seen anyone do, actually. So for me, it was new and it was fun. The community in the dojo has been really nice because they're people I wouldn't run into normally in my day-to-day, in my neighborhood even, or in my work. They come from so many different backgrounds, and it's a really friendly place, and we get together twice a year and go out. Usually we come and have a party at our house because we have a lot of space, and everybody brings stuff to eat, and it's a great potluck. And then when we have training with Sensei from the island, we go out afterwards and have dinner or lunch together and go out for drinks. It's really a community. It's a lot of fun. That I wasn't expecting either. I have a regular set of trips that I do every year for work, and I haven't usually done my Tai Chi when I've been away. For me, it's a real recreation thing, and when I'm away, I'm working. But this last trip that I had, I was out of my time zone, and it was the middle of the night. I was wide awake, and nothing was really working. So I actually got up and I did my Tai Chi, and it did relax me, and I was able to go to sleep. So I think for me, it's a little like when I was young, I played the piano, and it was for years and years, and I always thought it was just work. And then when I stopped playing the piano and went to university and needed my stress release, I would play the piano. And I think my Tai Chi is the same now. It's so ingrained in me that I will use it when I need it, and enjoy it in many different ways. No matter what's going on in my day, I can go into the dojo stressed and annoyed at whatever's been going on, and I come out and I'm happy. I'm always happy when the class is over. It's just it's a releasing class. It's not a releasing class because we're really physically active, which we are, but it's because of the tone in the class and the friendliness and the atmosphere and learning something new and making my mind do things it doesn't normally want to do. I can't say I'm a natural at martial arts. I don't think I ever will be. And so I have to really make my mind wrap my head around what it is I'm doing, or more or less try to forget what it is I'm doing and let my body take over. I'm not good at that. But every class is fun, and I go away and I've learned something. So physically, it's good exercise. There's an amount of stretching and activity that you do, which is terrific. And there's also the meditative piece that we do. We do some qigong sometimes, and that's really meditative. And even just the form is quite meditative. That's very enjoyable, and it's very calming. And the social aspects are really good too. It's always good to be social. I would encourage anyone to try it. I mean, for me, it was such a surprise. I think my preconceived notions, the change in my understanding of it was the biggest surprise of all to me. One time I had Lucas come out to my lab when we had a potluck party and we had needed an activity. So I asked Lucas to come out, and I don't think anybody had in my lab, and there are all ages of people in my lab, had done any Tai Chi ever. And he did a class, and everyone had a really good time, and they learned something, and they were all gung-ho to have him come back.